Hi, Mayur. My name is Daphne. I'm one of the essay correctors here at IELTSpodcast.com. My apologies for not getting your essay back to you sooner. I've just been handed it, and I know your exam is tomorrow. So let me just go through this with you and try and give you some help and some advice here. So first issue with this letter is that it's much too long. Okay, you've got 263 words. The indicator on the exam, the instructions go at least 150. Okay, but remember this is 20 minutes for this, and this has less marks than task 2. Task 2 has most marks, 60%. So you don't want to spend too much time on this. Focus on the other one. So in terms of your greetings, dear, always dear. Hi is too informal. This is a letter to a family you're going to stay with, and it should be neutral, informal, not too informal. I am, or my name is, Mayur, a student of economics. Yeah. And now, I had requested, okay, but you know they've said yes. That's why you're writing to them. So, and say, and I am delighted that I am able to stay with you when I come to London. Sorry, etc. Okay, so you need to sound very happy and polite. Okay, and I'm delighted that these are fixed expressions. It's really important. Make a note of them if you don't know them. They are useful. I'd like to inform you that I booked my flight and be arriving at London 8. Yeah, we don't need of. We just say 23rd August. We say it when we speak, but not when we write, via Hong Kong. I'll be taking a taxi to your place and should arrive approximately 8:30. Okay, that's fine. For me, that would be nicer as a final paragraph. Okay, logically that comes at the end. I think that would be better there. So I would like to inform you that is fine. Okay, a little bit formal, maybe you could say, I wanted to let you know that. So you're showing the examiner you understand the difference between formal writing and more informal writing. So that's also really important. So as I would be needing to travel to Berkshire Uni every day to complete my project, I'd like to know how far the university is from your place. Okay, how far the university, and then you need the verb here, is from your house. Now, we don't really use place very much. I know it is, a lot of IELTS students use it, but we don't really say it in English. From your house or home. And what are the modes of transport? Or, okay, I mean, that's fine, but let's make it a little bit more relaxed. And which is the best way to get there? This is really important, this difference between formal and neutral. And the examiner is looking out for this. Okay, it shows that you have skill in understanding the language levels. Also, since I'm a devout vegetarian, it'd be nice to know if there are some vegetarian restaurants. Okay, let's not repeat that. That's a nice question. To eat out at. To eat out at. Yeah. Good. So those are good questions. Devout vegetarian. We normally use devout for religion. Strict vegetarian is okay. It would be better. It'd be nice to know. Vegetarian or vegan. Vegan is pretty popular here now for any restaurants to eat out at. Okay, that'd be nice. What's the weather like? Please don't ask this question. Okay, nobody knows these days what the weather is like. It is a really, I kind of feel it's a bit of a lazy question. Yeah, if I'm being really honest with you, because how do they know what the weather's like? Yeah, equally if I said to you, what's the weather like? No one knows nowadays. So I would cut that totally. If you, because it's long anyway, this, yeah? So, I mean, I like this. I wanted to double check with you. You would say double check with you. I like that. Better to take a local opinion. I like this. And your grammar is accurate. I did some research and found that it would be pleasant and normal. But like, what is normal? So this is more interesting in terms of questions. But you don't really need this because it's long. So I will be having, just use the present tense for future ideas. I plan to bring my, in capital letters, Indian phone SIM, which I'll be using in the UK for emergencies, but I like to buy a local SIM there. If you could walk me through, okay, I like that. In order to get one, it would be great. Okay, really nice. Walk me through, that works very well there. Then you've got that final paragraph, good. Look forward to meeting, ing, be careful with this, you must get this right. You in person, thanks again. No, I think better would be to have kind regards. Okay? And then the comma there. So look forward to meeting you, make sure you get that right. Those kind of fixed expressions. Okay? And a full stop after your name. Okay, well done. Good work on that letter. Just a few things to pull around. Okay. International marketing is sometimes seen as invasive and an intrusion. So we need to address these. We need to understand this word because this is advertising, not trade. Be careful. And there's a lot of stuff going on here. Discuss both sides and give your opinion. With regards to globalization becoming a part of everyday commodity we buy, the question still remains. Now, don't ask any questions. Okay? The examiner's asked you a question. It's not your job to ask any more questions. It doesn't work in an IELTS essay. The structure is quite firm, quite fixed. What's the globalization becoming part of? Well, it's not really the globalization that's the problem. It's the marketing that's the problem. Okay, so I would put here literally global or international advertising and selling techniques, because this is what we're really talking about. We need to show the examiner here. Yep, I get it. I'm on it. I know what you want me to do. Okay, so becoming part of every comedy you buy. Many experts have diverse and different opinions. Okay, so that would address the question. Okay, so you can take out that question remains, that's all. Okay. Some suggest that it is often unwelcome. Although others argue in favour of this as a learning tool or something like that. You get the idea. Then you want to have this essay. We'll discuss these key topics, these key issues using examples from India or wherever your examples are going to be from. So this whole structure of how to do an IELTS essay is something we cover in great detail on the course. This is a full writing course which goes through exactly how to do IELTS writing, part 1, part 2, in lovely, easy video modules. Feedback like this, I think 8 and even 10 as a bonus corrections. So you can really get this right. If you don't get the exam grade you want tomorrow, please come back and we can help you through this. So some feel international brands invade our local markets and therefore don't contract, leave room for competition for local vendors. Now, okay, keep going. Argue this. Yeah? Just argue that side of the coin. You started here. Yep, they don't leave any competition. Fantastic. Okay, so make this your first paragraph. This is your paragraph 1. Develop this. I only want this side of the argument now. So you've got others, these are, yeah, okay. So I don't want that there. And I don't want this. I want you to develop this point here. So globalization has become a big part of global trend. Okay, you could argue that, but you've got to keep in terms of marketing, not globalization. So one advantage is global marketing makes a particular product for other nations, limiting the need to have to import and pay high prices. Okay, automobiles back in the day had to be imported, and nowadays. Okay, so what you need to do on this essay, your biggest thing I think here Mayur, is the structure of it. The structure of it is very incoherent. It's difficult for me to read through and find out where your argument is going. So when you know how the exam is marked, 25% of the thing is the essay is task achievement. So are you answering the question? And another 25% is the coherence. Can I read through it? Are you logically taking me from one argument to another? And I feel a little bit here you're jumping from place to place. So I want your first paragraph to be all about this. Okay? Yeah. So say they don't leave any room for competition, and you need to develop that idea that many local businesses are forced out of business. Give me an example like McDonald's. So McDonald's are present in most cities in the world, and that can make it very difficult for local restaurants to trade. They can't compete. They don't have the advertising. They don't have the brand power to compete. Okay, so that would be nice in your first paragraph. Second paragraph, you want to go, however, yeah, and then bring this into it here. Okay. However, global advertising can make a product available easily even to the smallest and farthest away of nations. Okay. Limiting the need to have to import. Yeah, this is nice. For example, this is too informal. So, for example, a brand like, or in BMW or Mercedes would cost thousands of dollars to purchase in a country like India, capital letter, due to it having to be imported, but now, okay, because of marketing. So it's not globalization, this is really marketing in advance. So because of international marketing strategies, it will cost just as much as in the, you don't need to repeat that, as, sorry, you need as in the country's domicile rate. Yeah. Okay, unaffordable. So then put here, additionally, this could fuel a demand for local branded cars too. Yep, good. Okay, that's a nice paragraph there. You've got an example. The argument is much clearer. Don't talk about you, because you are going to come into the conclusion. So the structure of that paragraph is better. In conclusion, I believe that as the demand for buying products in foreign origin increases, so this again not relevant. If you go back to the title, because you've kind of talking about production now, not talking about the advertising. You've got to stick on the impact of advertising. Okay, so in conclusion, you want to be saying that although it can be negative in some instances and having a bad effect on local competition or being inappropriate, if you think of some Western clothing which is advertised in Arab countries where it's inappropriate, so that could be one side. There are benefits here, such as boosting the demand for local branded cars too, and you might put in something about, go back to the idea of culture and education, helping to teach people a language. If you think of foreign films, that sort of stuff, and even the foreign adverts, which are in English, you need to reference that. So I really hope this is helpful. My advice to you before tomorrow would be read the question really carefully. Make sure you understand the question types. Look at the website where we've got a lot on coherence of the essay. I'm going to give you a link which I think might help you. And please come back to us if you don't get what you want tomorrow, and we can guide you through all this on our course. Thank you very much.